Hi guys and welcome back to Casa. Today I'm here at Mandarin Oriental in Milan to present you 5 watches from the next Monaco Legend Group auction that will be held in Montecarlo the 22nd and 23rd of October. We're talking about exclusive timepieces with a super outstanding catalog and selection. We have some of the most exclusive watches ever created, featuring unique pieces from Audemars Piguet, Gemset pieces, a lot of vintage and really outstanding niche pieces. Today I chose to present you 5 watches, but why these 5 watches? You know, behind Monaco Legend Group there is an amazing team of people I know very well, and the 2 owners, Claude Cohen and Davide Parmegiani, being one of the most outstanding and #1s around the world in terms of dealing with artwork like this ones and every kind of timepieces. Davide is a true expert and one of the first dealers that really made the market what it is today. And I sat down with him to talk about the catalog and why he chose these pieces, and we ended up choosing 5 truly special watches just for you to sum up the whole catalog and the whole selection he created with the team. I'm starting with lot 155, the simplest among this selection. We have a Rolex Daytona with floating dial, serial R, porcelain dial. It is considered to be such a prototype for Rolex to test out the market of these Daytonas, and therefore having one in such conditions with the full box papers and everything, the full set, is really peculiar. And then on this watch we have also some peculiarities. As you know, the floating dial with a Chronograph writings floating among the others, the inverted 6 on the counter at 6, and the 200 scale on the bezel. So a super simple watch if you want to look at it that way, because it's a still Daytona but a very special watch. Then to have the vintage side of it, we have lot 242 with a beautiful Patek Philippe chronograph, the most iconic chronograph from Patek in rose gold, reference 130 from 1938 with a beautiful rose dial, double signed with Astra. You know, it's not unpopular and uncommon to find Astra double signed watches, but this specific retailer from Torino was in Italy, so for us it's really cool to see it, but also was a very important retailer. You can just imagine by the fact that it made possible the creation of the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak somehow. So, you know, it's a very special retailer. And we have a rose gold chronograph with a beautiful patina, very enjoyable. It's not a mint watch, so you can wear it, you can enjoy it. If you have a, Davide before told me, if you have a vintage Porsche, you can just pull it off and go around the hills and enjoy the watch. So with this 33 millimeters and such a patina under the sun, it's amazing. Mechanic is flawless, all the stamps are flawless, and you really have an icon from Patek, not just your average Nautilus, we can say like that. True important chronograph, pink on pink, for those who know. Then we ended up presenting you some watches that we can call somehow retro independence. First, it's a Parmegiani Fleurier. I'm sure you don't talk a lot about Parmegiani. Parmegiani is truly an independent master. And this specific watch, the Bugatti Type 370, was created in 2005. This example in 2007, being a unique piece with a full gem setting on the lugs, is special because it has the cylindric movement and you can admire the movement from every angle of the watch. Thanks to the sapphire crystal, you can look at the escapement by the part that is symmetrical to the dial. You have a very beautiful oval dial that stands on the side of the wrist when you wear the watch. So from up front you can see the movement, and from the side while you're driving, because it's a driver watch dedicated to the Bugatti, you can read the time. The movement itself is very special and very curated, being the cylindrical one, as I told you before, but I do really like the aesthetic with the beautiful lugs like that, and also with the transparent parts. The dial itself is very special, it recalls the car, and this one, as I told you, is a unique piece due to the gem setting asked by Mr. Parmegiani himself. And alongside with the next two lots, this one being 126 number lot, we have the Retro Independents, these watches that are super special, made by important individual, important brands from the past, but not far past, that stand out in the collection, have a super strong character, but are not that overpriced or super high valued now. In fact, this watch is super undervalued, being also a unique piece, and the following two are even more. You can imagine this lot number 166 is a Frank Muller, and I mean, if you've been collecting watches even in the last 2 years, you can really tell that Frank Muller is not that sought after now. But if you look at something like this, we have a perpetual calendar, so with the indication of the leap year, minute repeater, equation of time, so time of sunrise and sunset in the place you've chosen, with also tourbillon escapement. You can really tell that this watch is special. And you know, Davide has met Frank Muller back in the days, and he was telling me before that Frank Muller before didn't even sign himself a Frank Muller, but just Frank, because he made prototypes, and prototypes because he was the first one to put together different complications to create something unique. And this watch truly is. We have a beautiful yellow gold case, not that thick if you think about what's inside, a super curated dial with a lot of finishing on it and a lot of play on it. We have the retrograde indication of the month and of the equation of time. We have moon phase, we have power reserve, we have all the calendar, plus a beautiful hand finished movement with the tourbillon escapement, and this case with the big screws on the lugs that makes it really standing out from your wrist if you wear it. And you can have such a piece for 90, 180,000 euros, that if you look at the complication and at the quality of the piece, is not really much. I decided therefore to conclude our selection with possibly the most special watch that I've seen today. And trust me, here there are really many special watches, but this one took my heart as I've never seen before, a Daniel Roth with gem setting. We have more than 100 diamonds, even on the buckle, on the lateral bezel. But most important, we have a double face watch that you can open right there to look at the other side of the dial. 8 days power reserve, indication of the date here behind with the quantième indication, tourbillon right there with the little purple sapphires that really stand out, and the typical aesthetic from Daniel Roth. Look even at the crown that is gem set as well. It's really flawless. It's a special watch, and it's number one. And you know, Daniel Roth is getting really popular, but he was a true genius of our past, being a guy that worked even for Breguet, for Audemars Piguet, creating masterpieces. And this one, having this beautiful tourbillon and dial layout with all the finishing on the dial, the guillochage, the case shape, you truly can get something that was representative of an era, representative of a single person, a genius of watchmaking, and also a superb and incredible timepiece that can really add some spice to your collection. Monaco Legend Group, as you know, is a institution nowadays, even though it's on its first years of journey, but I've been following Davide for a long time in Monaco. For the last few years they created an amazing catalog. This one was also lot number 112 that you can find on the catalog, alongside with some true other gems. The catalogue is outstanding. I hope I'll be in Montecarlo, and I really hope to see all of you. Now it's time for you to let me know which one was your favorite, which one was the most special for you, and which one would you like to wear on your wrist. Thank you for being in this video with me. Thank you for following. See you on Montecarlo. Let me know what you think about the auction, and thank you for being here.